Section 3, A Mountain Where One Encounters God.
This is the mountain Asha told us about. So far, I'm not seeing the god we're looking for.
I don't detect a servant reading from here. What can you sense? I think I can sense something akin to divine aura, but it's too faint to be certain.
I sense it too. At least we would seem to be on the right track. Let's keep looking around.
Hey! Is anyone here? Shita! It's me, Rama! Is anybody here? Fo 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 fo!
This is getting us nowhere. We should split up and cover more ground. That is very true. I can fly by using my wind fire wheels. I will search from the skies above. Please don't go off too far, Neja. We don't know what else might be here. Do you think she'll be okay?
Don't worry, she's a venerated hero in her own right. I'm sure she'll be fine.
She said it herself. She's somewhat similar to us in certain ways.
I do agree that her tendency to rush headlong toward her goal with a single-minded earnestness has the potential to cause trouble, but I also doubt there are few who can keep up with her sheer airborne maneuverability. Besides, it seems we have our own things to worry about.
Yeah, figures there'd be a monster or two hanging around the mountain where that god lives. Think you guys could take these things out quickly so you can get back to looking for them, please?
Have you disposed all the hostiles, then?
Yes, it was no problem. I don't think the Orthodox has ever been in better shape. It's so much more stable now than it was before we came to the Wandering Sea. Not only does it have properly outfitted equipment now, but having both Da Vinci and Shion fine-tune it is like... this one proverb I heard a while ago. Giving an ogre a heavy weapon?
Something's not right.
I knew it. I thought it sounded strange as soon as the words left my mouth. Kintoki's the one who taught me that expression, but I think something might have gotten lost in translation.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Japanese sayings either. I was speaking about our enemies. They're indeed all gone, but there's still something else here. Something whose intentions I cannot discern. Huh? There. Show yourself. The dust cleared to show. A human with a sublimely beautiful body. A body with perfect symmetry, as if it were the epitome of genderless beauty. Their lips curved in an indomitable but amicable smile, even after Karna's spear sailed past them, grazing their side and obliterating a boulder with sufficient force to impale 100 frail-bodied humans. They were smiling. They were smiling with the same casual ease as a person enjoying a gentle breeze at an outdoor cafe, their face betraying not so much as a hint of fear or panic. It was as though they had not just had not a care in the world, but even after being millimeters from death. My, since when is a servant supposed to go tossing spears at fragile little humans? Were you a normal human, I would indeed be deeply ashamed, but I sense such an attack would not nearly be enough to end you. Now that I've seen you for myself, I'm even more confident in that assertion. Well, doesn't that just smack of a bit of ex post facto covering your derriere, honey? I thought I'd hidden myself pretty well, so imagine my surprise when that spear went whizzing past me. Oh well, that's what I get for not being more careful about investigating strange noises.
You're... Pepperoncino!
Hey! Long time no see, Mash-chan. Oh my, and you're so much more expressive now than you were the last time I saw you. Well, I think that's just peachy. The moment I saw that thing soaring across the sky, I was overcome with emotion. Loathing as foul and putrid as excrement, rage so hot it could blind me, and above all, some thing I couldn't ignore no matter how hard I tried. Which is why I had to destroy it no matter what.
What? Who are...
Scandinavia Pepperoncino! You're one of the cryptors! Absolutely, and you must be Caldia's new director. As for you... why, you must be Mash-chan's master, Gouda. That's right. Oh my, how forthcoming of you. I like that.
If you're here, Pepperoncino, then... you must be the cryptor in charge of this Lostbelt, aren't you?
Well, yes, I suppose I am. So you're here to stop us from cutting down the tree of emptiness. Oh, right. Almost slipped my mind. Before we do that whole song and dance thing, there's something I really should warn you about. Oh? And what is that? Don't get me wrong, I'm perfectly happy to sit here and chat with you all. But maybe you should be a little more concerned about your absent friend right now.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What is... Look out! Something's plummeting right towards you.
They're servants. One of them's Neja, but her vital signs are dropping like a rock. And the other one is... what in the world? Neja! Master, it's Neja, but her body is... I failed. I was careless. Master, I'm sorry. This is beyond terrible. It would be one thing if I had only lost. But this... Master, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have helped you more.
Keep your guard up, Master. We can mourn for her later. Those dust clouds are clearing away, and whoever killed Neja is about to stand out. Player 2 colors.
Eh? Neja?
I'm afraid not. Yes, that is Neja, but she is not the one we know. I will be direct. The Neja you know is gone. Her spirit origin is completely vanished. The Neja before you now is not the one summoned at the Wandering Sea, nor the one who was once present at Caldia. I suspect that servant there is a different side of Neja, and an enemy who serves this Lostbelt.
Report. Individual exercise complete. Hereby returning to my duty as a Divine General. Eliminating foreign elements. Commencing operation.
I have a report to make. That tall man is gone. I didn't even see him leave.
That's concerning too, but we don't have time to go looking for him now. I don't know if this is Neja as his servant or not, but her intentions couldn't be more hostile.
We'll have to focus on dealing with her first.
Here she comes, Master and Mash. I know how you feel right now, but you need to get your heads in the game. Right. Disengaging Orthonaut's limiters. Preparing for full-powered anti-servant combat. She's strong. Battle is proceeding smoothly. Victory is at hand.
You might be a little more talkative than our Neja, but you don't understand your situation at all.
Denied. There is nothing wrong with my analytical capabilities. Huh? Higher priority recalled. Disengaging from battle.
Damn, she got away. Was she acting on her master's orders? I can't tell, but that Neja was a formidable fighter indeed. I sense that she's optimized for this land. If we had kept at it, one of us would have ended up resorting to releasing the full power of their noble phantasm. Perhaps we should be grateful that this mountain where the god we're looking for resides still stands intact. Whoa. Mash.
I know what's going on. It's a lot like the tides. No matter how much you plead or how much you pray, there are some things you can't stop. And you just have to accept them. I got to know Neja pretty decently myself after I met her in the Wandering Sea. It's true that I was interested in how her mechanical body was made with sage arts, but I also felt like we were similar somehow. So I know that Neja was a great warrior and an upstanding servant. I'm sure she was prepared for this, much more than she needed to be. She would never want you guys to be so sad about her that you stop moving forward. Yes, you're right. Let me just ask you one thing. Did she die in vain?
Not at all. The enemy's sheer mobility was like few things I've ever seen. If Neja hadn't come in contact with them first, they might have taken us by surprise and critically injured all of us.
If that's what you think, Hero of Benefaction, then it must be true. Then when we get back, and I make my report to Shion, I'll tell her Neja fulfilled her duties admirably. I'm sorry. I'm okay now. Let's get back to work.
Agreed. Now is not the time for you to worry about this other Neja. We'll handle that analysis on our end. Although one thing I did notice in your battles just now was that she did not appear to be subject to this world's estrangement effect as you are. So we may be able to learn more about that effect by focusing our efforts there. This world's estrangement effect, that's a good way to put it. It does feel like we aren't truly in this world, even though we clearly are.
Anyway, we won't have answers for you anytime soon, so I'd like you guys to keep going with your god search for now.
Then we'll do just that. Come on now, cheer up. King's orders. Moping around won't get us anywhere.
Sometimes you have to say goodbye before you're ready, and others you get to meet someone you never expected to.
That's life. Now come on, Master. We have a new god to meet. Yeah. Okay, let's go find him. Oh!
Yes, Master. I promise to give this search my full efforts.
All that aside... Where is this god? I can sense something nearby, but I don't see them anywhere. I've actually worked up a sweat from walking around so much. I think I'll take a little break here. Aha! This rock should make a fine seat. Here we go.
Ah!
What in the world was that? Sounded like a pig squealing for its life.
I can't take it anymore. A beautiful boy's beautiful body coming in direct contact with me.
I mean, never mind that. Testing. How dare you, humans? Mans.
Bow your heads before me. You are in the presence of a god. Leave here at once if you value your lives. Do that, and I promise your family will live in health, and your business will prosper.
What the? Did the rock just talk? Whoa! Fo! Special translation. All right, kill it with fire.
What was that? What a cheeky little animal you are, daring to challenge a god. Yes, I can understand you. Know why? 'Cause I'm a god. Very well then, if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have. Now leave all your money behind as an offering. Worship me, praise me, spoil me. Run to the convenience store and get me more ice cream so I can concentrate on grinding.
Hey, Karna, this divine aura. It can't be what I think it is, can it? Don't move, Rama. This won't take long.
Hey, watch it! Do you have any idea how close the shave that was? Your spearhead was just a few centimeters away from making this yucky shish kebab out of my flab. Karna, what are you doing here?
I was just about to ask you that. What are you doing here? Redacted? Foe?
Karna, what are you doing here?
I was just about to ask you that. What are you doing here, Redacted? There was a woman in there? Wait, you two know each other? Did I just say something? What a strange feeling. I have no idea why I said I was just about to ask you that, or what it was I wanted to say afterwards. This is all very unclear, even to me. I've never met this woman before, and yet... It's strange. I don't know how to describe this feeling. It feels as though I've just met the light of my life. And like I've just encountered my big sister. And like I've just encountered my life coach. And like I've just encountered someone who needs to be cared for and tended to all at once. I'm afraid I don't know how else to put it.
So that's what's going on. I guess that makes sense since Karna's not a god. So he just vaguely remembers his former masters from other worlds. Oh well, can't help it now. Besides, nobody has to know as long as I keep my mouth shut. So, you feel like we're friends even though we've never met before, hmm? What do you know, that's more or less how I feel too. I get the feeling a lot of stuff's happened, but I can't seem to remember any of it clearly. Hey, doesn't this remind you of one of those RPGs where the protag's got amnesia and a tortured past? I wonder when we'll get to the cutscene where I awaken to my hidden power. Not that waking up is really all that high on my to-do list, really. Personally, I prefer to hang out in the starter village and wait for someone else to defeat the final boss. I see you're a very unique person.
Wait, there is one thing I know for sure. You're human, but then how are you cloaked in that divine aura?
Oh, that! Sorry, Karna, but you've got it all wrong. I guess not even your vaunted sight managed to see all the way to the truth of the matter in this time. Me? Human? Perish the thought. I'll have you know I'm one of the best known and most popular gods in the whole world. Just call me Ganesh.
Foe.
Hey, which one of you just called me Indian mythology sideshow act? Look, I can understand why you do a double take at a gal with an elephant for a head, but my fame and divinity are the real deal. So show me the respect I deserve, damn it!
Of course I respect Ganesh, and I can more or less tell that your divine aura is genuine. But then there's this other aura that couldn't be further from the divine. Yes, that's it exactly, Rama. I'm impressed it only took you a moment to see through this being's true nature.
Hey, you don't gotta be that impressed.
From what you have said, the young lady appears to be a pseudo-servant, with the divine spirit Ganesh as her core. Ganesh is known for many things, including wisdom, wealth, prosperity, fortune, business, and the removal of obstacles. Truly fascinating.
Caldia had its fair share of divine spirit servants of all kinds, but this one looks to be much more like its vessel than the spirit inhabiting it. Think Zhuge Liang, but with a divine spirit instead of a heroic one. I've definitely heard the name Ganesh before, and I think I at least know the essentials about him. His elephant head is probably his most famous aspect, and he's also said to be the son of Shiva's wife, Parvati. It's too bad Parvati's not here with us. Then you could have had a nice mother-child reunion. Gah, she's around too. Oh, not right now. I was just speaking hypothetically. Do you not wish to see her? Oh, well, it's not like I'd mind or anything. I just really don't care for the way she always blurts out whatever she's thinking. While I'm at it, would it have killed her to give birth to me in a more normal way? As for my old papa, well, he's the guy who cut off my head and figured everything would be fine if he just stuck an elephant in its place. So I'm not sure I'd really know what to say if I ran into him now. Basically, even I, Ganesh, might start freaking out a bit if both my parents were here. Though I do still respect them. I think. I see, that sounds complicated.
Oh, I've had just about enough of this.
Well done on finding a divine spirit servant, but you didn't come all this way to waste time on meaningless drivel.
Who's this fat, stout old guy?
You were about to say fat, weren't you?
Well, I'm a god, so I figured I'd show some mercy and not diss you at our first meeting.
Is that so? Well, how bloody kind of you. Frankly, you're the last one here who should be commenting on my physique.
Does this mean you now have a friend with whom you can discuss fitness? This may be cause for celebration.
What are you talking about? I don't want to celebrate anything like that.
At any rate, this man is something like the supervisor of my current master, Gouda.
You're damn right I am. I'm not just a noble with a bit of extra girth, I am the leader of this entire operation. You're a rogue servant, are you not? Then be a good lass and help us out.
Eh? You want to make me work? Hard pass! Ninja vanish! Whoosh. She went back just inside the statue.
We need all the help we can get to keep the nearby village safe. Especially now that we've just lost one of our most capable allies.
Man, sounds like you guys have it rough. But sorry, can't help. If you need someone to help you fight, you'd better try some other god. Honestly, I don't want to fight even a little bit. I'm just gonna hang out in here and keep enjoying my sweet, sweet shut-in life. It's actually way more comfortable in here than it looks. It's got cushioning out the wazoo, and of course it's fully air-conditioned. I can even manifest handheld game consoles in here, thanks to my mysterious godly powers of wealth. There's nothing like a good roguelike for killing time. I could play those for hours on end.
She is stubborn. I know from experience how hard it can be to get her to act. At least I think I do. Master, would you happen to know if there are any stores around here that sell Swiss rolls? Why Swiss rolls? I was speaking figuratively. I only meant that I have some idea of how to handle her. If you've got a way to convince her to help us, go for it. Understood. Then I will drag her out of there by force.
It's not the most diplomatic solution, but for some reason I get the sense that we'd actually be doing her a favor.
Indeed. This is how we usually handle gods who refuse to listen to reason.
No way! My butt shall not leave these cushions. I'm warning you, anyone who tries to mess with my shut-in lifestyle is in for a seriously bad day. It's still hard for me to believe she's a god when she says things like that, but we can't afford to back down now. I'll help Karna try to get her outside as peacefully as possible. Ha ha ha! You fools! Our earlier battle was just a demo. Now witness Ganesh's full power! No! My paradise suit!
Well done. It's good for your health to get outside and exercise now and then.
Why do you have to be so boring all the time and right all the time, Karna? Who do you think you are, my dad? My mom?
How strange. I'm certain I have no connection to Ganesh, yet I find myself inexorably compelled to help you. Was I a fan of Ganesh back when I was alive?
Ha ha ha! So we've won! We've won, right? Then since we now hold your life in our hands, you're going to cooperate with us whether you like it or not.
This freaking guy again. You know, the way you just expect that I'm going to go along with whatever you say reminds me of a teacher I had back in middle school. I really hated that guy. Maybe your fat ass needs to get a bit of divine retribution for abusing your authority. Listen, I just want to talk. Will you hear what we have to say? Well, I do feel a sort of a kinship with you, seeing as you look to be the only other average Joe here. So I guess I can at least hear you out, especially since it doesn't look like Karna's gonna give up anytime soon. Besides, if I'm being honest, I don't fully get what's going on around here anyway. So, what is it you want to talk about? The world's been bleached clean, Tree of Emptiness and Lostbelt. I see. Alright, I get the gist. Sounds like things are even rougher for you guys than I thought. Although, you...
Huh? Me?
You're actually the most important part of your operation. What gives? I thought you were a fellow average Joe, you turncoat. Yes, he is. Senpai may only be ranked as a standard class master, but his accomplishments easily meet or exceed those of an A-rank mage. I would be happy to elaborate, but I'm afraid that to do so adequately would require me to write at least a 500-page essay. And it would unfortunately be a little difficult to do that now. You don't seem like you can tell a joke with a straight face. You're serious, aren't you? Yikes.
You're the vessel for a divine spirit now. Doesn't that mean you're also anything but ordinary?
Oh, come on, Karna, you could at least pretend to back me up here. On second thought, never mind. You just say something like, she was never ordinary. Her unusual weight and waistline clearly set her apart. And the worst part is, you wouldn't even be saying it to be mean.
How did you know? Perhaps you truly were worthy to be chosen by Ganesh. No, wait. Something tells me that can't possibly be the case. Well, all that aside, I do have to wonder, why were you summoned to this Lostbelt?
Why was I summoned? Well, believe me, I've been asking myself the same question. I think it was kind of a "you have been chosen" deal. Like, the Ganesh inside me showed up and said something like, "Save the world, hero of the digital realm. If diversity is proper human history's greatest strength, then even someone like you can do this. Now is the time for you to spread your wings. And since this is a request from my mother, not doing so is not an option. Be warned, if you fail to save the world, you will never return to the way you were." So yeah, Ganesh seems to be a pretty nice god, and he's definitely an Indian one at heart. Oh, and don't bother asking me about my class. I'm not quite sure what it is either. I think that might be because Ganesh found me through some sort of devilish intermediary or something.
BB.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this extra class either. But we can worry about that later. At any rate, it does seem pretty clear that the counterforce summoned her here automatically. So it seems like a safe bet that she'll end up joining our side. But why'd Ganesha choose me of all people? I'm just an unemployed shut-in with excess padding. If it were up to me, I'd be demanding an explanation from him and requesting he choose someone else immediately. Of course, I guess that's kinda moot now that I am Ganesh.
I think it comes down to compatibility. You may be an ordinary person, but you're an ordinary person with some exceptional qualities. I may not remember why I know that, but I do know that for certain.
There you go, saying things like that with a straight face again.
Fo. And that goes for you too, Gouda. I'm not good with words, so I can't explain it well, but you have many exceptional qualities. You may not be a great warrior or a powerful mage, but you are a great master. Oh, come on, Karna, you're gonna make me blush.
Anywho, even if I don't like it, I figured now that I'm here, there must be something I'm meant to do. So I took a look around and happened upon that town. But it couldn't have been more idyllic. We're talking, this is what world peace looks like peaceful. Even a shut-in like me couldn't help but admire the fields of flowers and find this world beautiful. So I figured there was nothing for me to do after all, and Ganesha must have messed up and sent me to the right place at the wrong time or something. So I came back here and we've been enjoying my lazy, neat life ever since. The end. Well, if you got a problem with that, then bring it on.
Tell me, how long ago were you summoned? When did you pay the town a visit?
I'd say about 5 days ago on both counts. Okay then, so according to what Asha told us, that would be back during the first Yuga, Kurta Yuga. Were the buildings broken back then? No. It was a perfectly neat little town. Not so much as a brick out of place. Then the destruction we saw must have all happened over the last 5 days thanks to the Kali.
That was a little... no, incredibly careless of you, Ganesh. If you had only stayed there, you would have had every chance to fulfill your divine duties and save the townspeople.
Hey, what do you expect? There wasn't a single thing wrong with the place back then. What's done is done. There's no point dwelling on the past. Right now we need to worry about tomorrow. We just lost a friend of ours a short while ago. I miss her terribly, but I'll never forget how determined she was to keep fighting. So I feel like we need to carry on in her stead and keep moving on. Which is why we need your help. Will you please join us, Ganesh? I didn't even think gods were real before, and now I am one. It's still hard to believe this is happening. Part of me is convinced it's all just a big mistake. But it does look like I've got a quest to save the world now. And if there's a branch where a town gets attacked open now, I guess I can't just sit back and watch. Fine, I'll go with you. Alright, just don't expect me to be much help in battle.
You could have saved us all a lot of time if you just agreed to help us from the beginning.
Thank you, Ganesh. I'm so happy you'll be helping us. Okay, guys, it's gonna be dark soon and we don't want to be out and about in an unfamiliar land at night. So I say we go back to the cave and make camp there until morning. We'll head out again at the first sign of daybreak. Make sure you all get plenty of rest.
Section 4. Kali Yuga, the Demon of the End. Click. Time for everyone to die. Oh yeah, I forgot Korean Sky has a nice outfit in this one.
This is ridiculous. Even I can tell something's off about me. Thinking back on it, I haven't been my usual spiteful self ever since Qin Shi Huang captured me. If I had just planted a bomb or three when I snuck onto the Shadow Border and blown everyone to Kingdom Come, I could have spent the rest of my time on a leisurely tour of the Lostbelts. I swear, what was I thinking? No, I shouldn't dwell on it. No capable woman would let what she did or didn't do in the past stop her in the present. I'm just going to focus on business here. Once I get in my groove, I'll get my old spite back in no time flat. I'll just check in on the Tree of Emptiness's growth now and then, devote most of my time to seeing what sorts of wonderful creatures I can find in this boring old world. Still, Kali, huh? This works out nicely for me. They're just the sort of thing that makes abandoning a Lostbelt worthwhile. China's regime was so ridiculously strict and thorough about getting rid of anything it didn't like that there was nothing left for me to have fun with. But here I can get back to my roots and really mess with everything humans love. Claudia just adores that sort of thing. This world is very hospitable to human life, but also extremely strict about virtue and goodness. If a human strays from the path even once, their god's law won't even let them reincarnate anymore. Oh, and that's what I love about boring, single-minded gods. They're as cruel and merciless as they come. Still, I don't much care for this world's god, or that shitty monk in his creepy-ass grin. So I think I can spare some time and mess with them while I take care of business. Maybe I'll take one of those blissfully ignorant humans and wrench the smile from their face just a tiny bit. Why, I'd bet that's exactly what some people actually want.
Me, please. Me. My hand is up, ma'am. Please?
And walking the line between supply and demand is an important service in its own right. So you're always on the lookout for this Sheeta person, huh?
Yes, I am. If you happen to see her anywhere, please let me know right away. You don't know what she looks like? Well, not a problem. If you ever see the greatest woman in the world, one so beautiful and graceful with inner strength that could move mountains, and thinks she would be perfect as my wife, you'll know you found Sheeta.
I see. I still like the whole hot Shota King thing you've got going on, but knowing you've already got a canon ship makes it a lot harder to fantasize about you. I'm sure some people wouldn't let it hold them back, but somehow I'm not really into that. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to keep my fantasies to a minimum and enjoy gazing on some hot Rama flesh in real life.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Some kind of protective spell? In that case, I will gladly accept it.
On a different subject, you guys are outside now, right? What's it look like?
Something has seemed off to me since this morning.
No, not just off, it's outright strange. Pretty sure there were a little bit more water and flowers around here.
That's true. The change in the environment is even more drastic than I was expecting. The ground is dry and barren. The wind is much stronger and foul-smelling. The plants are all dead or dying. Everything is so different from yesterday. Maybe this area drains really easily, so all the sunlight it got yesterday dried it up.
I didn't think it was that bright out, but who can say with a strange land like this?
And then there's the weather. It's not sunny or cloudy or rainy. If anything, it's kind of sandy.
Well, whatever the cause, the area is clearly much more arid than it was yesterday. The ground is so dry it's begun to crack, exposing the minerals and ore underground.
That much environmental change in a single day, huh? There's gotta be something particular to this Lostbelt that's responsible for this. We'll just have to ask Asha or someone when we get the chance. Still, looking around here, does it make anyone else uncomfortable, or is it just me? It's like I can't sense much in the way of life now. Compared to yesterday, it feels like everything's cold and inhospitable, if not outright hostile.
I agree. The air is even drier today. It feels as though there's something else in this world now. Something besides the mysterious presence that's been holding us back since we first came here. It may not be likely to harm us outright, but it could still interfere with our ability to fight. I recommend you keep that in mind, Master. What do you mean? I mean that there is a difference between fighting in a blessed paradise and fighting in a cursed place of death. Though, of course, a true warrior remains strong regardless of their environment. I see. Thanks, I'll be careful. It seems we now have a good chance to put that to the test.
It's a pack of wild beasts. We can't have them following us to the town. Let's take care of them now. It may be colder and dry today, but that also means we won't have to worry about our footing since there isn't any more mud. Mash, always look on the bright side. Kyrie light. Heading out! I guess I'm a little heavier today than I was yesterday. Though it might just be that I ate too much breakfast. Something wrong?
No, I was just thinking how strange it is to be fighting alongside you. Or rather, Ganesha.
You mean in a bad way?
Not at all. I feel oddly elevated. I'm very proud. No, happy for you.
Gotcha.
Though it's also oddly painful that I don't know why I feel that way. Part of me is compelled to talk to you, and part of me is compelled to stay away. I'm certain I know you somehow, but for some reason I can't remember anything specific. Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I was just thinking the same thing. I know, Ganesha, there are rules and etiquette about that sort of thing. Even if it was all a big mistake, I'm still a divine vessel now. I'm not gonna try to weasel out of this. Besides, that would just make things harder for Karna. Yeah, I kinda... okay, I really wish I could tell him the truth, but I won't. Besides, I feel pretty lucky just getting to fight on the same team as him. Oh, by the way, since I was technically sent here to save the world, let me just make sure I've got this straight. You said we've basically got 3 enemies to deal with in this Lostbelt, right? One of them's the Tree of Emptiness, and if we cut this down, the whole Lostbelt goes away. Another is this king, the sort of the being at the center of the Lostbelt. They keep the Tree of Emptiness safe, probably. And last is the Cryptor, a master who wants the Lostbelt to grow bigger instead of go away. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's also the Foreign God's disciples, but otherwise, yeah. So the most important thing's the Tree of Emptiness, then. That's it way off in the distance there, right? Basically, we've just got to cut it down and we're done, right? So aren't we heading there now? Every Lostbelt king we've faced so far has been incredibly powerful. And if we get close to the Tree of Emptiness, I'm sure we'll run into the one here too. We may be able to see the tree from here, but it's far too dangerous to approach it now. We need to at least gather more information first. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What do you make of that giant floating cube over there? A local we talked to called it God's Sky Boulder. Oh, that. Yeah, I was wondering what its deal was too, but I got absolutely nothing. I don't have a better word for it than mysterious. It just feels like something impossibly out of my reach. Kind of like unlocking an analysis skill on my skill tree.
It's not just that boulder. We still know next to nothing about this entire world.
Yeah, it's definitely not her fault. But I don't feel great about having Asha be our sole source of information either. We still need to talk to all sorts of people to find out anything we can on the King, the Tree of Emptiness, and God's Sky Boulder. That's another reason why it's going to take the time to defend the town. Make sense, Gordy? Or why it's worth taking the time.
Why are you looking at me? I didn't say a word. But if you're going to do this, then make sure you do it well. There will be no secret hero nonsense on my watch. I want you to put these people so far into your debt, they'll be begging you to let them help.
Ho ho! It's not like you to be so forthcoming, Gordy. It's a good look for you. Huh? These readings? Hey, you guys should be in viewing distance of the town by now, right? Can you see anything?
We can. Something's not right here, Master. I can see smoke coming from that direction. The attack must have already begun. Come on then, let's hurry.
Oh? Oh!
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is terrible. No way. This place was so nice just a few days ago. How did this happen?
The first wave must have already gotten here. I thought we had gotten here as soon as we could, but it seems I was careless yet again.
Ah!
You guys came back, huh?
I'm glad you two are both okay. Yeah, we are. Although...
Damn, Ulu. Today's Kali Yuga. We're not done by a long shot.
Yeah, there's gonna be even more Kali today. So many you jump out of your skin in surprise. And today they could show up any time.
I remember you said there were more Kali during Kali Yuga, but this is far more than I expected. They're clearly going to keep destroying more of the town. How are you going to survive their attack?
I know. Our house was destroyed too, but we've got to do something. Maybe we'll ask someone to let us stay in their house, or hide in the rubble, or just run away. We'll just have to keep praying and do the best we can.
You again! What are you doing here?
Mayor, we saw that your town has already suffered significant damage. Couldn't you and the other townspeople work together and let us help you fight off the Kali?
Don't be ridiculous. How many times do I have to tell you this is all our God's will? It is a trial He set before us. There's no need for us to fight. As long as we pray with sincerity, the sacred beast will save us. Having blasphemers with no intention of praying like you lot around will leave a stain on this entire town. You can't be here, you shouldn't be here, and we don't want you here. Now go away and leave us alone.
Which god are you talking about?
What do you mean, which god? God is God! There's only been one God ever since He made this world during the first Yuga long ago.
There it is again. He believes what he says with absolute conviction. At first I thought this town just happened to practice monotheism. But does this mean there really is only a single god in this world? Could they be this Lostbelt's...
Oh, they're back! I'll just have to forget about the heretics for now. Oh God, I pray to you now with the greatest sincerity. I've fulfilled my duties as this town's mayor. Please, lend me your protection.
Oh, Auntie! Asha! Ajay! I finally managed to convince my husband to let you in. Come on, you can pray in our house this time.
Thanks. Come on, Asha.
Wait, I have to carry Vihan. Oh. Please be careful, Asha.
Yes, make sure you're well hidden. I'm sorry your house was destroyed, but I can at least help you rebuild it when this is over. In fact, I can even have the animals in the nearby woods come and help us with but a single call to action. Rama's a Disney princess.
Thanks, but that's okay. This Yuga's almost about to cycle over. You guys all be careful too. Things are worse here than I thought. This looks like one of those post-nuclear apocalypse RPGs or something. It's even worse because I know what it was supposed to look like.
Ah yes, Final Fantasy VI at the end. Unfortunately, if we don't fight back now, the destruction will only get worse. Look, they're here.
So those are the Kali. Yeah, they definitely look like Indian demons. Not that I have any idea what Indian demons look like.
Are you sure you're an Indian god?
There are even more of them now than there were yesterday. I'm counting on you, child of Parvati.
Well, don't do that. Fending off wild beasts is one thing, but I have zero confidence when it comes to fighting actual demons. When you get right down to it, I'm just a shut-in who's never had a job in her life. There's no way I can live up to expectations like that.
It may have been brief, but I did fight you myself. I have a fair idea of what you're capable of. Your power is perfectly adequate. You should be more than capable of fighting alongside us. Rama and I will both be trusting you to watch our backs.
Oh, well, technically I guess I am Ganesha now. And I know old Elephant Head's gonna be upset with me if I don't show off his godly side at least a little bit. So, okay, fine. I obviously don't have a choice, so I'll do it already. If any baddies think they can get past this wall of divinely protected flab, they're welcome to try. I'm glad you're willing to help. Both the Ortonax's hardware and software are working fine. For this fight, I'll be prioritizing long-term stability over explosive output. We're up against a lot of enemies, Master, but let's do our best to push them back. Ugh. There's so many of them, this is exhausting. Can I take a break now?
Foe! Foe! Foe!
What's that? Why do I have all these excess energy stored, red fat, if I'm not gonna use them? Fine, okay, I'll hang in there a little longer.
Now those creatures have shown up too. Things are about to get even busier for us.
So the sacred beasts are now here as well. We'll just have to try and get them to focus on the Kali as much as possible. If any of them come after us, we'll have no choice but to take them out.
Right. The Orthodox's output is holding steady, even after prolonged operation. I can keep going, no problem. Alright, here comes the next wave of enemies, Master. That's the last of... No, they're still coming! Nobody told me this was gonna be a horde mode where you can't even grind out any XP!
At least they're coming in waves, so we've been able to keep them at bay, but it does feel like we've been fighting them forever. Given how the townspeople aren't any less fearful now, I'm afraid I'm forced to come to an unfortunate conclusion. I suspect the Kali attack is going to continue for the entire rest of the day.
Great, just what I didn't want to hear.
I do apologize. Much as I have a reputation for beating around the bush, nothing could be further from the truth. When certain truths need to be spoken, I have no compunctions about doing so right away, regardless of how unpleasant they may be to hear. No matter. Our task is to continue to fight until our enemies are vanquished. If that means we must fight on until dusk or dawn, then so be it. Though that's not to say you should keep fighting with us, Master. Please, take some rest whenever you must. It would be bad for all of us if you were to collapse from exhaustion.
Don't worry, I'm making sure to pace myself.
Excellent posturing, Master. Very inspirational. That said, this battle has become a true war of attrition. As long as things continue like this, I think we'll be able to prevent any further casualties.
Oh, just so you know, Rama, that is exactly the sort of thing you absolutely do not say unless you want things to suddenly get much, much worse. There, I knew it. Ganesha can feel something coming.
Is that... could it be? The new agent of God I've been hearing rumors about.
That's...
It's not the other Nasia. It's a new servant we haven't seen before. Be careful, guys.
Ah, the hell. I knew I sensed an unfamiliar divine aura around here, but I sure as hell wasn't expecting this. What is this shit? This is pissing me the hell off. What do you think you're doing here, Karna? Hello, Ashvataman. You know each other? Is he an Indian hero too? That's right. His name is Ashvataman. I fought for the Kauravas alongside this brave warrior during the Kurukshetra War. Ah, words are hard to pronounce. He is the son of Drona, my mentor, under whom we both trained. He is both my friend and... And right now, I'm your enemy, Karna.
What do you mean? Didn't you just say he was your friend, Karna?
I spoke the truth. But now he and I are both servants bound to obey our master's orders. If our masters are at odds with one another, then of course that makes us enemies.
Yeah, exactly. It's so damn obvious, it's maddening. I couldn't agree more, damn it.
Gah, is he always this angry? He looks like he's gonna be as tough to communicate with as Karna, though for very different reasons. Bros and punks are the hardest kinds of people for shut-ins to deal with.
That's just how he is. Though I do think he used to be a little more, composed. By the way, Ashwataman, who is your master now?
Ha! Just hearing you ask that pisses me off. You'll figure that out soon enough.
We already ran into a master candidate here. Maybe he's Peperoncino's servant too. I'm not so sure. Strictly speaking, we still have no evidence that the other Neja we met is Peperoncino's servant either.
Well, never mind who his master is for now. We've got more than enough to digest just by having a new servant to deal with. Well, since he's showing up now, there's not much question as to why he's here.
That also pisses me off. Of course it's obvious. I can't let you lot run around doing whatever the hell you want. Gah. Now we've got to fight another servant? Two? Oi, Karna, don't you dare go easy on him just because you know him.
Do you really think I would?
Sorry about that. I think Gordy just forgot who he was talking to. I'm getting bored just sitting around doing nothing, so I think I'll speak up too. I know Karna already told you who Ashwataman is, but his perspective is colored by having known him in life. Since I only know of him from the Mahabharata, let me give you one more piece of objective information about how Ashwataman is depicted there. In the Mahabharata, he's said to be just as strong as Karna, if not stronger. So, be careful. Hey, you mean this guy's actually on Karna's level?
I won't deny that. I was never the strongest warrior, even back when I was studying under Drona. Then we should not even consider going easy on him. We'll need to keep our guard up at all times.
Exactly. Be extra careful when facing him, guys. Got it. This is clearly no time to be worried about conserving energy. Switching Orthonax over to anti-servant combat mode. Armored Shielder, Mashkirielite. Preparing to engage in full-powered combat. Awaiting your orders, Master.
Mad as hell. Now that I'm a servant, anger's the only thing I feel. My whole spirit origin is built on it. So even though I haven't fought you since we last crossed swords while training under my old man, Karna, I'd feel no nostalgia, no joy. The only thing I have, the only thing I feel, the only thing I am now is rage!
Now I see. I can indeed tell for myself that you and Karna studied under the same master.
Yeah? Freaking infuriates me to admit it, but you're not bad yourself, brat. In fact, you kinda remind me of someone. Parashurama? Or maybe Krishna.
I can see why you'd think that. Those two are avatars of Vishnu, just as I am. I am Rama, king of Kosala.
Ha! That's so. Well, then let me give you a little tip. In this Lostbelt, I wouldn't go around bragging about being the avatar of a god. You might not like what happens.
What do you mean by...
Hold it! Something else is headed your way. It's not reading like a Kali or a sacred beast. Wait, these are servants. And not just one, there are several.
Looks like you're out of time, Ashwataman.
Recommendation: cease this game. It is meaningless.
I concur. There's no point to your game, or in us being in here. I swear I don't even know why we came along at all.
Nani?